Hi, welcome to the fifth video of our tutorial series Excel for Beginners. If you haven't watched the first few videos, go and take a look and come join us. Let us take your hand and give you working knowledge in Excel. So let's move straight away. Last time we looked at some interesting text functions like len, trim, upper, lower, and of course concatenate. So today we are going to look at something else, which is I'll just go to a new sheet here, which is about data validation and drop down list. So let's try to understand the problem and why we need that. So let me come here. For example, let's just say we have our staff names. We have name, we have John, and then let's look at his sales. So this is the sales here. So we give sale of 500. Now we have Peter, sale of 1000. Then we have now John, which is wrongly spelled, sale of 500. Then we have another John, which is wrongly spelled, sale of 500. So what happens? Let me just put the title, put that there, put the background. Oh no, okay. So what happens now is if we want to filter out, say we want to measure the performance of John and Peter, now we'll go here, put our filter, then we select here, we say how much did John sell this month? 500. See, now we say how much did Peter sell this month? 1000. Now, where is the problem coming from? The problem is coming from the fact that this John was wrongly spelled and we are not able to select all these three. So normally, if we had selected all these three like this, John would have had a sale of 1500. You look at it down here, while Peter would have had a sale of 1000. So now, had it been we were able to enter this correctly, John correctly, John correctly. Now, when we come to filter, we will just have John and Peter, and then we would either filter out John and can get our sum, which is 15, or we filter out Peter and get our sum and get the 1000. So, how can we do that in Excel so that we have a list which which stops us from entering like the name of John with any errors? Okay, so let's do that now. Let me just take off everything here. Let's cancel everything. Go cancel everything and let's do that. Okay, so now we are going to request from our human resource, could you give us the name of all our employees, sales team, so that we are able to have a list once and for all. Now they give us a list of employees. They say employees or sales team, sales. Let's just put staff. We have John, you have Peter, you have Gina, and you have Mike. Okay, so now what do? We need to go here. You go to data, go to data validation. You click on data validation here, come down here, you select the list. Now, where is your source? Here is your source here. You select your source, you click on OK, and then what do you have here now? See, now we have John, Peter, Gina, Mike. So that's John, for example. Imagine we wanted to type, say, Jonn. You see, we get an error. So we can't type that now. But if we type John normally, that's fine. So how now do we? So that looks good. That looks good. So how do we copy this now to this other line so that we can keep filling our Peter, Gina, Mike, Susan, all of that? So now what we can do is, if, for example, you pull it like this, you see it copies everything. Then you need to go and start replacing again. Replacing again is not good. So let's go back and see. So if also you go on to copy here, copy, then you come to paste special, you would see that paste special has the option of either pasting all, pasting the formula, pasting values, pasting formats, pasting comments. So by default with paste special, we always pasting all. Like for example, if I click there, if I copy here, I select this area, I go to paste special, I just press OK. By default, it is just pasting everything. But that's not what we want. We want to go back here, right click, go to select what we where we want to paste, go to paste special, then come down to validation. We just want to paste just the validation rule, nothing else but this validation rule. So when you click on OK, you see now you've just pasted the rule, and where is the rule? There's the list. So here it could be a sale for John, maybe 500. Down here we want to enter the sale for Peter, 1000. Now maybe the next sale for John, again you see 500. And if we want to enter John maybe wrongly, you will get an error. So that's fine, that helps us a lot. So that solves the problem. Now the next thing again, our human resource say they've recruited 2 new employees. So now they send us a list, and we have to add Robert and we have to add Nina on the list. Okay, now when we come here, what happens? We don't have Nina. We need to still go back from afresh, start all over, go to data, go to data validation, data here, go back again, and then select the new list, include Robert and Nina, and then we press on OK. So now we have John, Peter, Gina, we have Robert, Nina now added. So again, we need to copy this again, copy this one, come down here, paste special again, go to our validation here, again validation, click on OK, so that we are able to have, even on these other lines, Robert, we can select maybe Nina, so this is tedious to go through all of that. If again someone is added again, maybe Samuel is added again, you see it becomes tedious for us all the time. So what is an option we could use? That is when we could use now a table. So let's just see how it's going to be done. So table is going to give us flexibility. Let's select this. Let us go here to insert, select a table. Then here, what do you see here? Say my table has headers. It's true. The table has headers. The staff is the header of the table. If we had started selecting from John down here, then we would not need to tick here, because we would say the table doesn't have headers. But now the table has headers. This is just for Excel to be able to not consider this staff like one name of an employee. So when we click here, we say don't consider staff like the name of an employee. Okay, so we can now press our OK. Now we have our table, and the next thing to do is to name that table so that we can easily call it in our formula that way. So we'll just name this table here staff, press enter, and to verify if the table has been named, just click somewhere randomly, then you go back there, here, you select, you say okay, now I see staff here, and staff brings you here, you see, without the header. Okay, that looks fine. So now let's go to our data validation and include this table now there. So what do? We click here, we go back to our data, we go back to our data validation, click on data validation. Now here instead, we are going to enter a formula which is going to refer to that table. So the formula is indirect. Just type me indirect. You open your bracket, you open quotation, and you remember the name of the table was staff. So we enter the table name here, staff. You close your quotation, you close the brackets, and then you press OK. So let's go now and check here. Now we have Peter, Gina, Mike, Robert, Nina, Samuel. Okay, now let us copy again and just paste here again like we did, paste special, validation. Okay, now what if our HR team sends us again maybe 2 more names? For example, they send us the name like Andrew, and they send us a name like maybe Guy. So let's verify if automatically the table is going to have these 2 names added, Andrew and Guy. Let's check here and see. So if you check here, you see automatically the table has added Andrew and down here Guy. So you see You don't need to go through the procedure again to be reselecting the list. So each time if the names keep adding, you have Loam, you have Bob. If the names keep adding, you see you keep having them here, Loam, Bob, every, so it is very responsive. So then again you could just copy, go down again, pull your list as long as you want, go to your paste special, click on your validation, and let your validation rule be all over the place. So thank you for watching this video, and see you next video.